Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share a really popular recipe across my channels. Here is my perfect samosa recipe. This recipe is very popular on TikTok and Instagram. I'm going to start by making the dough. I added some flour to the bowl with some bishop's weed, some salt and some oil. I gave that a really good mix until it was like breadcrumbs. I started to gradually add some water until it became a dough. So I poured the dough out on the surface. I started kneading it for around 10 to 15 minutes using the pull and stretch technique. You have to be really patient with this. The longer you knead it for, the better the dough would be. So I'm just going to oil the bowl and leave the dough to rest for around 3 to 4 hours. I'm going to make sure I cover it really well and leave it in a warm place. Moving on, we're going to make the filling. We have opted for a really plain and simple potato filling. We're going to start by heating up some oil and adding some onions in there. We're going to saute the onions for 2 to 3 minutes on a low heat. We're now going to go in with some garlic and some chillies. I'm giving that a good mix around, and then I'm going to go in with some tomatoes. I added a little bit of water at this point. I cooked that for a further 5 to 10 minutes before adding in all my spices. All of the ingredients I used are in the description below. So it's now time to add in the boiled potatoes. I'm just going to mash them with my hands like this. I do think this gives it the perfect texture. I'm now going to add some fresh coriander in there, and I'm going to leave the mixture aside to cool. I'm just going to make a quick slurry. I added some water and some plain flour into a plate and mixed it. We're now going to put everything together. My mum very kindly made these dough balls for me. We're going to roll out them dough balls and start making some cones. By the way, this recipe makes 30 samosas. You can double all the ingredients and make 60. To get the perfect bubbly pastry, it's very important you roll this out very thin. If you're going to freeze these samosas, make sure you microwave them for around 1 minute before you fry them. That is key to achieve bubbly flaky pastry. And again, I can't stress how important it is to roll these out very thin. The chapatis should be as thin as paper. We're going to cook one side of this for 10 seconds only. It is very important it's not cooked for more than 10 seconds. Again, 10 seconds only on a very high heat and just one side only. We're now going to cut these into semicircles and start filling them up with the potato filling. Sealing the samosas properly is really important. We don't want any oil to get in there while you're frying them. Oh, and I forgot to mention something really important. The cooked side of that chapati should always be on the outside. So you don't want to overfill the samosas, otherwise you won't get that bubbly pastry. I'd say just half fill them like this and give them a chance to puff up. So you've probably heard my mom speaking in the background all the way through this video. That's because she's teaching me how to make these samosas. So a big thanks to my mom for teaching me how to make these samosas for my channel. And it's actually her secret recipe that she's never shared before. If you want to learn more of my mom's secret recipes, let me know in the comments. She can make anything, especially all the traditional desi dishes. From pakoras to kebabs, rice and roast, whatever you'd like to see, just let me know in the comments. When it comes to frying, don't forget these need to be at room temperature, not from frozen. The oil needs to be hot. We're not slow cooking these. The mixture is already cooked. As soon as you can see, the bottom of the samosas are starting to bubble, turn them around. And then keep turning them after every 40 seconds and make sure you achieve the beautiful golden colour. Getting your samosas like this is an actual art. If you don't get it right the first time, just drop me a message and I'll let you know where you've gone wrong. I hope you enjoyed my most favourite recipe of my most favourite food. And if you did, give me a thumbs up and a follow. As always, thank you for watching.